CARDINALE. Entertainment all day. Click, dive deep. Color on the screen runs free. Tropical fins, bright reef. Whole ocean.
I'm Alex CARDINALE, and I personally would like to welcome you to this presentation of the Alex CARDINALE Entertainment YouTube channel. I hope you enjoy this special live stream right here on A.C.E. A.C.E.
Since 2014, still live, tank top built to survive. Fresh water deep, salt water shine. Every setup, one of a kind. Aqua Alex in the spotlight. CARDINALE got the fish life. OG voice on the podcast wave. Learn the game, keep it brave. From glass boxes to coral dreams, we map the world in filtration streams. You got questions, bring them through. The wetline's here to school you. From the bay to the planet tank, from the reef to the gravel bank. If you want the real, not the hype, you know where the hobby comes alive. Aquatic Wetline, yeah, we on time. Aquatic Wetline, yeah, we on time. Fresh as salt, let the tank shine. Aqua Alex, that's a lifeline. Learn to fish, learn to flow. OG podcast, let the hobby grow. Wetline strong, watch it climb. Aquatic Wetline, yeah, we on time. Splits rule with that fearless stare. Catfish glide through the midnight air. Tetris flash in a silver school. Clownfish bounce like they break the rule. Tanks
Aquatic Wetline like with Aqua Alex, the Fishkeepers podcast.
In the current pool. Reef rock stacked in the colors full.
Hello, fish keepers. Welcome to Aquatic Wetline. I'm your host, Aqua Alex CARDINALE. Welcome to Aqua Alex Live on Aquatic Wetline. Tonight we have a fun fish keeping live stream coming your way with a variety of topics. If you have any fish keeping questions you want me to answer, please post them in the chat and I will be sure to answer your questions. So here's what's on tap tonight. Here is tonight's agenda for this episode of Aquatic Wetline. I'm going to talk about my pond life versus my aquarium life. I'm going to talk about what it's like for my pond experience and what my aquarium experience was like. Plus, we'll learn about whether aquariums or ponds are the easiest. And we're going to talk about the gentle giants of the aquarium hobby, learn about fish like pacus, ripsaw catfish, and a couple of others. And in our main event tonight, we're going to talk about, can you turn a pond into salt water? And there's going to be plenty more awesomeness coming your way tonight, including videos of pacus and ripsaw catfish. And obviously, if there's any fish keeping questions that come in, I will answer them. So as always, thank you for tuning in. Let's go ahead and get this awesome show started. All right, we're going to kick off the show with an old segment I used to host here on Aquatic Wetline, and we're going to bring it back tonight. It is Aqua Alex Asks You. And tonight I am asking you 2 questions. Post your answers to these questions in the chat. Whether you're watching live or you're watching the replay, please post your answers. If you're watching the replay, just post your answers in the comments. So, what are your 5 favorite aquarium species? And what are your favorite pond species? Let me know in the chat if you're watching live, or let me know in the comments. So I'm going to start by answering these questions. what are my 5 favorite aquarium species? That is tough because I have a lot of fish that I consider to be favorites, but I think I can nail it down to 5. Coming in at number 1 is the Oscar cichlid. I think Oscar cichlids have a lot of personality, and they're just one of my favorite childhood fish. Coming in at number 2 would be the red belly pacu. That's another fish that's a childhood favorite fish. Another fish that has a very intelligent brain and some awesome personality. Coming in at number 3 would be the red-tailed catfish, a very cool, personable, always hungry catfish that grows giant. Coming in at number 4 would be the chocolate cichlid. I have always loved chocolate cichlids. And finally, coming in at number 5 would be the tiger shovelnose. So for me, my 5 favorite aquarium species: Oscars, red belly pacu, severums, chocolate cichlids, and tiger shovelnose catfish. But like I said, I have a lot of favorite fish species because I've been in the hobby for so long. Now, what are my favorite pond species? I like the shabumpkin goldfish. I think the shabumpkin goldfish is a very attractive pond type goldfish. I also like the red and white Sarasa comet. They are very, very cool. And I also like the Tancho comet goldfish as well. When it comes to koi, my favorite koi would be the Showa, the Sanki, the Tancho Showa, the Tancho Sanki, and the Tancho Kuhaku. But I also like the Hai Utsuri and the Shiro Utsuri as well. So now it is your turn. Let me know what your favorite aquarium species and pond species are. And now we're going to get to our first topic of the evening. And now I want to talk about my experience as a aquarium hobbyist. Now, I have been in the aquarium hobby for a long time. I have been in the aquarium hobby since I was 12 years old. And I currently, at the moment, don't have an aquarium. At the moment, for the first time in my hobby, I have a pond. So it's a little bit different. Having a pond compared to an aquarium is a little bit different, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about tonight. But a majority of my time in this great hobby, I've had a glass fish tank, which is awesome. So here is my experience as an aquarium hobbyist, and here's what I enjoy and like about having a glass fish tank. Now, in a fish tank, you can physically see the fish and how they progress. You can witness their color changes. You can witness them growing. You can witness them eating. You can actually physically see the fish, look directly at the fish. Now, in a pond, you don't see the fish directly. You only see the fish from above. That's still pretty cool, and you still can witness fish growing in a pond, but in an aquarium, sight is a big, big factor because you can actually see the fish in an aquarium, and that is something that I miss with ponds, but still really, really fun. Now, also in a aquarium, you can consistently monitor your fish's behavior and watch for things like illnesses or fish aggression. Because aquariums are in your house 24/7, you're able to keep an eye on your fish tank to watch for aggression, signs of illness, tank leaks, etc. Whereas a pond is outdoor, you might have access to your pond for 6 or 12 hours, but you certainly don't have access to it 24 hours like you would an aquarium. So that's another thing that I miss about aquariums and fish tanks, is having constant access and being able to monitor it for 24 hours. Now, another thing that I liked as an experienced aquarium hobbyist is that aquariums can actually bring some life to your home. It's a natural living piece of art. A lot of people say that, and that quote is so true. And that is why they say it. Adding an aquarium to your house is actually adding a piece of living art. Independent on what kind of fish you're keeping. If it's freshwater or saltwater, it could be a great addition to a home, especially the colorful peacock and half cichlids and the colorful saltwater fish. It's going to be a talking point. When people come to your house and they see an aquarium full of exotic aquarium fish, they're going to be taken away, they're going to be in awe, and they're going to talk about those fish. Now, with ponds, they might not see them right away unless they go in your backyard and they see your goldfish and all the pond fish. Ponds are cool as well, but for showing off, I think aquariums and fish tanks are a little bit better than ponds. Now, like I said, I've been keeping fish tanks and tropical fish since I was 12. I am now 32 years old, and I have ponds at the moment. I currently don't have any fish tanks at the moment, but I have to make the best of my situation and adjust. So I'm just fortunate, and I'm just thankful that I get to have fish anyway, even though it is in ponds. But my experience as an aquarium hobbyist has been mostly through fish tanks. But now I am glad I get to have the opportunity to have ponds as well, because ponds are fun, and I've always wanted to keep koi, so now I have that wonderful opportunity, and I am glad to experience having koi. Now, I am also very fortunate that I live here in South Florida, and in South Florida we have a very tropical climate, and it really stays around 72 degrees most of the year. And when it doesn't, when it gets cold in the winter, I have a pond heater. So with me being able to have tropical fish in a pond, I can now also keep the fish that I had in aquariums, but I can keep them for life, which is awesome. And that is something that I really, really like. So for me, ponds are not just limited to koi and goldfish. I can have some of the other fish that I enjoy, provided that they are not aggressive. So that's my take on how fish tanks are different than ponds. Fish tanks, you can visually see the fish a lot better. You can see them grow. You can see their color changes. You can monitor them constantly. But still, ponds are fun as well. Shout out to Renee, who's in the house. Renee is a longtime viewer of mine. It's always a pleasure to see Renee in the house. Renee, thank you for tuning in. I hope you're having a wonderful evening, and thank you for watching. I really appreciate your view. Happy fish keeping to my wonderful friend, Renee. Renee is a great gentleman. All right, so that is my experience as a aquarium hobbyist with fish tanks. Fish tanks are awesome. But on the same token, now I can experience what the pond side of the hobby is like, because now I have a 200-gallon pond, but in a few weeks, I am going to have a 1,100-gallon pond, and that's going to give my koi and all my fish a lot of space. I can't wait to share that with all of you, my amazing audience. All right, let's move on to our next topic, shall we? I think that was a great topic to start us off. Now we're going to talk about how does being an aquarium hobbyist differ from owning ponds? And this is a really good question, and I can't wait to answer it. I'm going to answer it from my personal experience, but I'm also going to answer it from the help of AI, because it's going to give some better information than I might not be able to give you. So, how does being an aquarium hobbyist differ from owning ponds? Scale and location. Aquariums are indoor systems, and generally speaking, most homes will have an aquarium anywhere from 5 gallons up to about 125-gallon aquariums. Now, the serious hobbyists who like the predatory fish, large growing monster fish, they might have a 200 or a 300-gallon aquarium. But anything above 300 gallons is not considered the norm. Anyone that has above 300 gallons is usually rescuing monster fish like Ohio Fish Rescue. but aquariums are always indoors, and they can range in size from 5 gallons to 125 gallons. Now, ponds are outdoor ecosystems, and they can range in size from 250 gallons all the way up to 5,000 gallons, depending on how big your yard is, what kind of fish you want to keep, etc. But like I always tell people, go for the biggest you can. Like aquariums, get the biggest tank you can. I would say get the biggest pond you can. That way you can keep whatever fish you want and not worry about them outgrowing your pond or your aquarium. Now, ponds are really cool because there are different shapes of ponds you can do. You can do underground ponds. You can do a pool pond, basically using a Intex above ground pool and put a pond liner over it. That's a great cheap redneck pond that works great. So the smaller ponds, like 250 gallons, those are great for goldfish and orths. So bumpkin goldfish, sarasas, orandas, and your fancy goldfish will do great in the smaller ponds. But koi really need at least 700 gallons and above, because koi do have the potential of getting up to 3 feet in length, which makes it a very, very big but cool fish nonetheless. All right. So the difference between aquariums and ponds is also the water volume is vastly different, because aquariums can hold 10 to 200 gallons of water, whereas ponds can hold 1,000 to 10,000 plus gallons. And that's a lot of water, but that is for big fish like koi. Now, the footprint impacts property and structural planning. So definitely need the space to have a big pond or the space to have a big aquarium. Environmental control, a little bit different here. Aquariums use artificial heaters and lights, whereas ponds rely on natural sunlight. So if you're a naturalist, you're going to love ponds because they rely on the natural sunlight. The weather dictates outdoor pond management. Winter requires de-icers to prevent freezing. Summer requires aeration to fight heat. Indoor climates remain stable year-round. So that's an advantage aquariums have over ponds. You don't have to worry about the climate because it's the same year-round. Filtration and maintenance. Aquarium filters are small and hidden. So they could be hang on the back filters or canister filters, whereas pond filters are massive industrial systems. Ponds deal with heavy wildlife debris. Runoff, leaves, and predators attack ponds. Predators like herons, raccoons, minks, river otters, etc. Now, aquariums face zero predator threats. There are no minks or river otters coming after your fish. However, inside your aquarium, if you're mixing Oscars with neon tetras, then obviously the Oscar is going to be a predatory fish. Water changes use different plumbing scales. Obviously, a water change in a pond is a lot different than a water change in an aquarium. Pond water changes are fun, but they take a lot of work. So if you don't like doing water changes, you might not like a pond because they're a lot of work, but they are fun, like I said. Livestock and longevity. Koi can grow upwards to 3 feet in length. Aquarium fish generally stay much smaller. I say generally because there are tropical fish that can easily match the size of a koi, like pacu or red-tailed cats or any of the gentle giants we're going to talk about tonight. But there are much smaller fish in the aquarium hobby, things like rasboras, neon tetras, guppies. There's fish that grow to a foot, etc. Now, koi can live for 20 to 50 plus years. So that is a very well long-lived fish. Now, some aquarium fish can live 3 to 10 years, but it all boils down to how good the water quality is and what the fish is being fed. Bioload of a koi is massive. They produce a lot of waste because they have no stomach. Financial investment. Aquariums have low starting cost. Ponds require heavy excavation costs. That is, if you're digging for an underground pond. You could obviously go get an Intex above ground pool and get a pond liner and have just the same space. Electricity costs run much higher outdoors. So ponds cost a little bit more in electricity to run than aquariums. So that is how being an aquarium hobbyist differs from owning ponds. Our next topic now we're going to talk about what is easier to take care of. Is a pond easier to take care of an aquarium, or is a aquarium easier to take care of than a pond? Let's go ahead and find out right now. All right, daily and weekly effort. Aquariums require more frequent weekly work. So every week you should be doing a water change on your aquariums. Ponds require less frequent weekly work. Ponds generally have work about 4 or 5 times per month. Aquarium water parameters shift very quickly. Because aquariums have a smaller volume of water, the water parameters are always shifting, and you always have to monitor them so that they don't become bad for your fish. Small water volume means faster waste buildup. And the more waste builds up, the more toxic the water parameters can become. Now, pond water volume buffers chemical spikes because there are many gallons of water, plenty of water. Large volumes water does great. And large water volumes dilutes toxins naturally, which is great. Seasonal workload. Ponds suffer from extreme seasonal spikes. Spring requires massive cleanup of debris. Autumn requires netting to catch leaves. And winter requires freezing prevention steps. That's if you're living in a cold state like New England or New York. If you're in a tropical state like I am here in South Florida or California or Hawaii, you really don't have to worry about autumn or winter. Now, aquariums require identical work every month. Indoor climates eliminate seasonal chore spikes. So basically, aquariums are easier to take care of in terms that they're smaller, but they do require more work. But if you are successful in keeping aquariums, I'm sure you'll be successful in keeping ponds as well. All right. Well, coming up next here on Aqua Alex Live on Aquatic Wetline, we're going to talk about whether or not there are more fish species other than goldfish and koi that can live in a pond. And I'm also going to introduce our first gentle giant. But right now, I want to invite you guys to a very historic event happening on my YouTube channel later this month. In 2 weeks, in fact. In 2 weeks, it's going to be the inaugural Amazonian Week. And on Amazonian Week, we're going to learn all about the animals that live in the river and rainforest. We're going to celebrate the Amazon River and rainforest, and I'm going to educate about the wildlife in the Amazon. It all kicks off on Sunday, June 21st, and it all concludes on Sunday, June 28th. I can't wait for Amazonian Week, only here on the Alex Cardinale Entertainment YouTube channel. Here is a quick promo telling us about Amazonian Week. Alex Cardinale here, and it's no secret, I love the Amazon rainforest and the animals that live there. As a matter of fact, 90% of the fish that I keep come from the Amazon River and South America. So, I hereby announce the Alice Cardinale Entertainment is thrilled to announce the inaugural Amazonian Week, a captivating series of live streams and videos dedicated to celebrating and raising awareness about the Amazon rainforest. From Monday, June 22nd to Sunday, June 28th, 2026, join me for an immersive journey into the heart of the world's largest rainforest. I am proud to announce that in June, I will be hosting an entire week of live streams and videos dedicated to the Amazon River in South America. This will be a yearly event to raise awareness for the largest rainforest in the world, the people that live there, and of course, educate about the different animal species that call the Amazon home. Event highlights: Amazonian Saturday with Alice Cardinale. On Saturday, June 27th, 2026, enjoy Amazonian Saturday with Alice Cardinale. This special day will feature interactive content such as 3 rounds of 2 Truths and a Lie centered around the Amazon rainforest and South America. The day's segments will delve into the fascinating world of Amazonian animals, Amazonian fish, and more. Here is the weekly schedule for the very first Amazonian week. Monday, June 22nd, Aquatic Wetline with Aqua Alex, Amazonian fish. Tuesday, June 23rd, Jaguars with me, Alice Cardinale. Wednesday, June 24th, we'll learn about anacondas. Thursday, June 25th, Detective Alice Cardinale will talk about crimes that took place in the Amazon rainforest and South America. Friday, June 26th, it'll be an episode of Turning Point, and we'll talk about some tragedies that took place in the Amazon. And Saturday, June 27th, will be Amazonian Saturday with Alice Cardinale. And it all concludes on Sunday, June 28th, with Dolphins with Alice Cardinale. Don't miss Amazonian Week taking place Monday, June 22nd through Sunday, June 28th, right here on the Alice Cardinale Entertainment YouTube channel, ACE. All right, and now we're going to answer the question, can more than just koi and goldfish be kept in ponds? And the answer really depends on where you live. If you live in places like New York, New England, where it gets cold and you have cold winters and cold falls, then obviously your options are limited. But if you live in a tropical climate like Florida, Arizona, California, Hawaii, then you have plenty of options. But let's start with states and countries that get all the seasons. They get summer, spring, winter, and fall. Now, obviously, in the spring and summer, you can have tropicals in with your koi and goldfish, but as the temperatures decrease and it starts getting colder, you're going to have to move your tropicals indoors to indoor aquariums. So there are other fish that can be kept with koi and goldfish in places that have all 4 seasons and have cold spells. So obviously, koi and goldfish are one that can live year-round in a pond. Golden orths are another fish that are very beautiful that can live with koi and goldfish year-round in a pond. Chinese hyphen sharks, aka Chinese banded loaches or Chinese hyphen loach, those guys can also be kept year-round outside. Dojo loaches can also be kept year-round outside. Plecos can be kept probably in the spring and summer, but they have to be moved indoors because they're kind of a tropical fish. So those are fish that can live in ponds in countries and states that have all 4 seasons. Now, for tropical regions, Koi and goldfish can be kept, obviously, but so can mollies, platies, and guppies and other live bearers, such as mosquito fish. They'll help control mosquitoes in a pond. Tiger barbs are great for ponds as well. And then obviously your larger growing fish like Oscar cichlids, your monster fish, things like that are great in ponds. And even African cichlids can be kept in ponds. So the answer is yes. There are more than just koi and goldfish that can be kept in ponds. It all boils down to where you live and how the weather is in your area. All right. Well, tonight we're going to talk about some gentle giants in the aquarium hobby. Fish that get large, but they are very gentle. And we're going to start with perhaps one of my favorite monster fish of all time from the Amazon River, and that is the pacu. Now, in the aquarium hobby, there are two species of pacu. That is the red belly pacu and the albino red belly pacu. But to me, there are three species of pacu that can be available. There is the tambaqui, the black pacu, the red belly pacu, the albino red belly pacu, but there's also a other pacu. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I think it was small-scaled pacu or yellow belly pacu that comes around every so often. That only grows to 18 inches. But pacus are a really cool, large-growing fish. They are a very intelligent fish, but they are true tank busters because with their size comes a lot of weight. They are a very heavy and strong fish. They can absolutely break aquariums, unfortunately. And unfortunately, they look cute as juveniles, and some people will buy them because they look just like piranhas. But they are significantly different than piranhas. They get much larger than piranhas, but they're more peaceful compared to piranhas. So here is some information on pacus. Pacus are massive freshwater giants. Adults can reach up to 3 feet long. They can exceed 50 to 60 pounds. Their growth is explosive during their first year. Juveniles will quickly outgrow standard home aquariums, and their teeth look eerily similar to human teeth. Jaws are designed to crush hard nuts. They are omnivorous. They have a diet that consists of seeds, nuts, fruits, and vegetables in the wild, but they will also eat crustaceans, insects, and small fish when necessary, such as during a dry season. Their lifespan ranges from 15 to 25 years. Their origin is the Amazon River Basin, and wild pacu live in flooded forest ecosystem. Such a really cool fish. They are gentle giants. They will not hurt other fish that are too big to be eaten, but they are true tank busters, and they're perfect for larger ponds if you like monster fish. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and take a look at some beautiful pacus, and I want to show off some tambaqui black pacus that I had a couple years ago that I was raising. And this was the first time that I had seen them available in the aquarium hobby for quite some time. And as you can see, they are a very gorgeous fish. These are tambaqui black pacu juveniles. I haven't seen them since, but they are a really, really cool fish. And here are some adult tambaqui black pacu, which are very, very awesome. Very cool, gentle giant, if you will. Very, very beautiful. This is actually a albino red belly pacu I raised when albino red belly pacus first entered the aquarium hobby. I want to say they first entered the aquarium hobby 2011, 2012. So I managed to get my hands on one of the very first albino red belly pacus to hit New England and Massachusetts. And I raised this one to about 14 inches before I sold them to someone with a massive aquarium. But as you can see, the albino red belly pacu is such a beautiful fish. They are very, very cool looking, and I admire the looks of the albino pacu. Now I have some videos of pacus that I want to share with you. Courtesy of Predatory Fins, we're going to take a look at some beautiful Tambaqui black pacus.
What's his name?
It's Tambaqui.
Tambaqui?
Yeah. It's a different type of pacu, but they turn green and black.
And that was the black pacu. The black pacu looks really cool. Looks a lot different than the red belly pacu. And Renee says he has a ripsaw catfish in his 300-gallon stock tank. That's very cool. I like the Octodorus niger. They're a very cool catfish, and they're one of our gentle giants that we're going to talk about in a few moments here on this fun episode. All right, so we just saw a Tambaqui black pacu. Now let's see a red belly pacu. I think red belly pacus are a very gorgeous fish. Now let's check out how amazing albino red belly pacus are. Very, very cool. Well, coming up next, it's our next gentle giant, which just so happens to be the ripsaw catfish, a.k.a. the Octodorus niger. But first, we're going to hear a word from our sponsor. Sensational Pool System, LLC, is proud to present Aquatic Wetline. He does amazing pool cleanings, and he also services ponds here in South Florida. So if you need pond service or pool service, contact Sensational Pool Systems, LLC for an amazing job.
Is your pool looking a little green around the gills? Or maybe your pond needs a little pick-me-up? Look no further than Sensational Pool Systems, LLC, your local experts in pool and pond services. based right here in sunny South Florida. We're a veteran-owned business committed to customer satisfaction above all else. From transforming your pool from green to pristine with our professional cleaning services starting at just $100 a month, to handling all your repair and installation needs, we've got you covered. Our comprehensive pond services include cleanings, maintenance, and more. Plus, we offer koi and goldfish upon request to bring your pond to life. We proudly serve West Palm Beach, Jupiter, Royal Palm, Riviera, Boynton Beach, Lake Worth, and beyond. Ready to dive into a sensational experience? Contact us today at 561-785-9561 or sensationalpoolsystemsllc@gmail.com. Your dream pool or pond is just a call away. Sensational Pool Systems LLC, making your water sensational.
Well, my flagship program here on my YouTube channel is Saturday with Alex Cardinale. And this Saturday, we have a very special episode of Saturday with Alex Cardinale. This Saturday, we're going to be celebrating Brandy's 10th birthday. Brandy is my 10-year-old beagle. So this Saturday, you'll get to meet Brandy. Plus, you'll see a 10-year compilation video of her. You'll get facts on beagles and everything you love about Saturday with Alex Cardinale. That's this Saturday, June 13th, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. But here is the commercial for Saturday with Alex Cardinale. If you have never seen my flagship program before, and when we come back, we'll talk about the ripsaw Niger catfish.
Tune in to Saturday with Alex Cardinale, your weekend entertainment and educational talk show, airing every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, on YouTube channel Alex Cardinale Entertainment, youtube.com/Alex Cardinale 2026. Join us for an exciting weekend experience with Saturday with Alex Cardinale, where entertainment meets education in the most fun way possible. Since its debut in 2022, the show has been a hub of excitement, blending Alex's diverse passions into one spectacular program. What to expect? Tropical fish adventures. Dive deep into the world of aquatics with Aqua Alex Cardinale as your guide. Culinary delights. Get inspired in the kitchen with unique cooking tips and recipes from Chef Alex Cardinale. WWE Insights. Stay up to date with the latest happenings in the world of wrestling. Sports passion. Cheer along with Alex's favorite teams, the New York Yankees and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mystery unraveled. Join Detective Alex Cardinale for thrilling investigations. Saturday Buzzer. Alex has 5 minutes to discuss a topic. If he succeeds, viewers must do a favor for Alex. If he fails, he must pay the piper. Hot Take. Alex's take on popular or controversial topics. And so much more. Special appearances by Chef Alex Cardinale, bringing you culinary wonders. Aqua Alex Cardinale, your aquatic expert. Detective Alex Cardinale, solving the mysteries that intrigue you. Get involved. Host your own segment. Have a passion or talent you want to share on the show? Email us at alexgoyankeescardinale19@gmail.com to become a part of the Saturday with Alex Cardinale family. Join us every Saturday for a blend of entertainment, learning, and fun with Alex Cardinale. Don't miss out on this vibrant weekend adventure every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific.
All right, our next gentle giant that we're going to talk about is the Oxydorus niger, aka the ripsaw catfish, one of my all-time favorite South American catfish. Now, ripsaw catfish are prehistoric-looking freshwater giants. Adults grow up to 3 to 3.5 feet, and they can weigh easily 40 to 50 pounds. Their growth is steady, and they need immense space. They are tank busters because they grow big. And they have sharp scales that in the wild protect them from animals like caiman and piranhas and other animals that try to eat them. try to eat them in the Amazon, because in the Amazon, it really is an eye for an eye. It really is dog eat dog. It's survival of the fittest in the Amazon River and rainforest, unfortunately. I'm glad us humans don't have to live like that, have to worry about being killed or eaten by the next animal that you see. That is crazy. Now, their diet consists of insects, detritus, and fruit, but in the aquarium hobby, they will eat anything, and they're a really fun fish to keep. They're very gentle. They won't bother any tank mates, as long as they don't fit in their mouth, but they really just get way too big for most aquariums, but they can do well in aquariums above 180 gallons. And here is a video showing you some beautiful juvenile Oxydorus niger ripsaw catfish. All right now we're going to talk about my experience keeping ponds. At the beginning of the show, we talked about my experience keeping glass aquariums. Well, now we're going to talk about my experience keeping ponds. And I really haven't kept ponds all that long. I got my first pond in January, so it's only been about 6 months that I've had a small pond, but so far so good. I kind of enjoy having a pond. I really like ponds. I think water changes are more fun in a pond. Now, one of the things that I really like about a pond is that I love the thought that the fish I keep in my ponds, I can actually keep for life and watch them get big and raise them and have a lot of fun watching them grow. Also, I have found in ponds, water changes are a lot more fun, but they are loads of work. You're going to be done, and your back is going to be aching, and you're going to come in and want to take an ibuprofen to help that backache, because water changes in ponds are a lot different, but it's definitely worth it in the end. And in ponds, I can keep the fish that I truly love, like the monster fish like Oscars, pacus, two-foil barbs, etc. That is something that I am very thankful for. And I can also keep koi, which is something I've always wanted to do. And koi are better in ponds, and they really should not ever be kept in aquariums. All right, and now it is time for our final gentle giants before we get to our main event for this live stream. So my next two gentle giants are fish that grow large for aquariums, but they're not really technical monsters. Clown loaches and sevrums. Clown loaches get to a decent size, but it takes them forever to get to that size. Clown loaches can get up to 13 inches in length, but it's going to take several years for them to get to that size. But they're definitely a fish that has lots of personality, and I think a lot of people are going to love clown loaches because they have a clown personality. They like to play dead. They like to be personable, which is really cool. So they get up to 13 inches. They're very gentle. They don't bother anybody else in the aquarium unless you're a snail. They'll eat snails, but they leave other fish alone completely, which is awesome. And then as far as sevrums go, sevrums grow to about anywhere from 9 to 13 inches, depending on the species. They are a semi-aggressive South American cichlid. I call them the poor man's discus. I love sevrums, and they come in many different species. They have your regular green sevrum, your turquoise sevrum, then you've got your rot keel sevrum, then you've got your gold sevrum, your red spotted gold sevrum, Hero's libifier. So sevrums are very cool. They get a good size and they have a lot of personality to them. Such a beautiful fish in my personal opinion. All right, coming up next, it is our main event. We're going to answer the question, can you keep saltwater in a pond outdoors. But first, here's what you can expect this Saturday on Saturday with Brandy and Alex Cardinale.
Celebrate Brandy the Beagle Cardinale's 10th birthday. Join us for a positively fun celebration as we honor the one and only Brandy the Beagle Cardinale on her 10th birthday. Event details. Date, Saturday, June 13th, 2026. Time, 10 p.m. ET, 7 p.m. PT. Where? Alex Cardinale Entertainment YouTube channel. What to expect? Meet Brandy the Beagle. Get to know the birthday queen herself. Brandy's journey. Watch how Brandy has evolved from a tiny 8-week-old pup to the fabulous 10-year-old beagle she is today. All about Brandy. Discover fun facts and stories about Brandy's life and personality. Beagle Fun Facts. Learn some interesting facts about beagles, including their history and characteristics. Game time. Play 2 truths and a lie, focusing on beagles and the beloved Snoopy. And so much more. Don't miss out on this tail-wagging celebration. Subscribe to the Alex Cardinale Entertainment YouTube channel and set a reminder for this special live event. Let's make Brandy's birthday a howling success.
Let's get ready to celebrate a Beagle Queen's birthday on the next Saturday with Alex Cardinale. Live this Saturday, June 13th, 2026, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. It is Saturday with Brandy and Alex Cardinale, where we'll be celebrating Brandy's 10th birthday. It is going to be an awesome episode of Saturday with Alex Cardinale, featuring facts on beagles, get to know Brandy, meet Brandy, and also the Saturday Buzzer will be on fun activities to do with beagles. Hot Take will be on greatest WWE tag teams. Plus, True Crime will focus on a car crash that resulted in a murder. All that and more live this Saturday, June 13th, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. It's a special Saturday with Brandy and Alex Cardinale right here on Alex Cardinale Entertainment YouTube channel. All right, and now it's our main event. Can you turn a outdoor pond like a Rubbermaid stock tank or a pool into a saltwater pond? And that is a very good question because it is something that I have been thinking about recently because I'm going to be having my big koi pond almost finished. That's going to be the 1,100-gallon pond. So that means what do I do with the current pond? Well, one thought I had was to turn it into a saltwater predatory pond. And in that pond, I would have a green moray eel or a tessellata moray eel, a lionfish, and some other cool predatory saltwater fish. The answer is yes, you can have a saltwater pond outdoors, but it is exceptionally difficult, and it usually requires a high specific tropical climate like South Florida or Hawaii. So if you live in South Florida or California or Hawaii, it's the perfect opportunity to keep saltwater outside. The stock take advantage. Rubbermaid structural plastics are completely food grade safe. Heavy UV resistant prevents the plastic from breaking down. Chemical leaching is non-existent compared to metal pros. Frag fronting and lagoon setups thrive in them. Shallow, wide footprints offer excellent oxygen exchange. Here are some things to consider though. Rainwater dilution will cause rapid salinity drops. Heavy storms will require overflows to skim fresh water. Evaporation spikes cause rapid, deadly salinity surges, and direct sunlight fuels uncontrollable explosive hair allergy. Temperature swings easily kill fragile tropical marine life. So, essential equipment needed would be commercial chillers to prevent summer overheating, and industrial heaters will have to run during the winter. But saltwater ponds are definitely possible, and that is something that I might do in the future. Well, fish keepers, I want to thank you for watching Aqua Alex Live here on Aquatic Wetline. I had a blast. This might be a recurring weekly show, so stick around. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you did enjoy the show, please smack that like button. Do you want some more tropical fish keeping content? I have plenty of it on my channel. Just go to youtube.com/Alex Cardinale 2026 and go to my Aquatic Wetline playlist to see all of my fish keeping content and also see Talking Carp and all my other fish keeping shows. With that being said, thank you for watching and have a great rest of your evening. I, Alex Cardinale, would like to say thank you for watching this live stream on the Alex Cardinale Entertainment YouTube channel. I personally hope you enjoyed the live stream and the video. If you did enjoy the live stream, please smash that like button and please share this video on social media so that your friends and family can enjoy it as well. If you are a first-time viewer or new to my YouTube channel, I highly recommend hitting that subscribe button and ding the notification bell for notifications when I go live next or when I upload a video. I highly recommend subscribing so you're a member of the ACE community. Thank you for watching ACE.